And here we go. Digital Adel back with another special edition Digital Adel Hoops Beyond the Backboard podcast for you. It's our holiday special. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing good. 2 days before Christmas. See, I'm not very smart. Um, I wait till the last minute to do my Christmas shopping, or at least some of it. So yeah, don't do that. I know most of you probably have already had your shopping done by the time you listen to this. But yeah, don't wait until the last minute. I did that this weekend. I was in a mall for like not most of Sunday, but like a good portion of Sunday. But
Yeah.
way too many people, just way too many people. And I'm like, this is a terrible idea. Like, why didn't I just do
Yeah.
this 2 or 3 weeks ago, or even earlier than that? Yeah, I'm not very smart. I never said I was smart. So don't learn your lesson. Or you
Listen,
learn your lesson. But I
I've
also
done.
make this mistake almost every year, and I just never
Oh
learn from it.
no.
So it's like, what? Yeah.
Listen, man. You gotta plan ahead a little bit, man. You gotta get that holiday shopping, the Christmas shopping out of the way early,
Yeah.
so you don't got to deal with people. Because what'll end up happening, like Matt Hanifan, you wait too late, then you can't get it shipped. Because then
Well, yeah.
you can't get it shipped, and then now you got to go deal with it in the stores with the people and the crowds and all the
I'm not
crap.
someone who shops online though. I don't do that. I know it's
There he
becoming like
is,
a more
old
popular
man
thing.
Matt Hanifan.
Yeah, old man Matt. I just don't do it that much. But at the same time, it's probably a wiser thing to do that
Oh,
nowadays.
it's
But like,
so much better for Christmas shopping.
not that I don't deal with people well. I do, but like, it's just so many people. Like, I'm just like, all right, this is too much.
It's
Thankfully, it
so
was a
many
big mall,
people.
so but it's yeah, no, it's just like too much. Don't do it to anyone out there. Learn from me. Use
That's
me as
right.
an example. But
Don't
I was
be
able to get
like
it done,
Matt.
so I'm not gonna.
I forgot to put our chat on here like I do every time because I'm new to Restream. But yeah, so now the chat's up there. So if you're joining us on YouTube, because we record these podcasts live every Tuesday and Thursday, then they go up on the podcast feeds. So Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, any of those. And then you can listen to it back, while you're in the gym or you're, lifting weights or in your car on your way to your in-laws house or to your parents' house for Christmas. You get an opportunity to listen to us anywhere that you are. So yeah, don't be like Matt Hanifan. Get your shopping done early. Hey, let us know if you have got your holiday shopping done yet, if you're tuning in live. And, leave us a 5-star review if you find what we say entertaining or helpful. Or even if you don't, just give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify anyway. Because we appreciate it. It's how we grow. It lets the algorithms know you like us. And even if you don't like us and you hate watch us, you're still getting entertainment out of it. 5-star review. Anyway, we're going to get into it today. As always, we have our first segment of the day, which I'm going to make a little banner for these segments. So each segment, I'm going to put a little banner up on the screen. And this is what's going on around SI today. And so, as you know, me and Matt Hanifan, we are freelance writers for Sports Illustrated's website OnSI. I am exclusively the draft guy. Like, you should see it, man. These guys are flying in their topics left and right on all the teams. And I get to sit back and I'm just like, where's the draft stuff? Because then I'll step in. But yeah, so Matt does that. And then I had an article draft related for the Milwaukee Bucks. And we explore the AJ DeBonsta possibility. And there was a lot of good stuff I uncovered in here in this article that I found very interesting. And I wanted to share with all of you. So the first thing is, in this article, we explore AJ DeBonsta to play. We deep dive into his profile, his size, his weight, his points per game, all that good stuff. You can read about that. But what I found very, very interesting, Matt Hanifan, I found this very, very interesting. AJ DeBonsta leads all of college basketball in fouls drawn. with 83. That is very surprising to me because one, Cam Boozer, the very, very physical but not super athletic center from Duke, gets all the publicity for how physical he is in the paint, and that's how he's going to translate in the NBA. He's not even second. It's Caleb Wilson from the North Carolina Tar Heels, the forward, uber athletic, plays super hard, above the rim guy. He's second with 80 fouls drawn. And then you have Cam. Cam doesn't come into play until third, and him being third is a gulf between AJ DeBonsta, Caleb Wilson, and then Cam Boozer at only 60 fouls drawn. That's a big difference. I didn't expect to find that.
That is interesting. I wonder if it's just because how, like at least in AJ's case, how aggressive he is, for a lack of a better term, getting to the rim and getting toward the rim. Like Cam, it's not like Cam is like strictly like back to the basket or anything like that, but like sometimes he is, and I think that's like, remember Liam McNeely last year, how he would always he would just be super aggressive, sometimes just out of control on his way to the rim and like trying to draw fouls. And he was very successful.
Stumbling into the hoop, right?
Yeah. So like, not that he lacks that kind of body control because he's a fluid athlete, but he's very aggressive and I'm trying to think of the word for it, like pointed in terms of like he wants to get to the rim more often than not. And he's trying to get to the free throw line. And like, I think Cam's a little bit more crafty and versatile with his play offensively, in the sense that like, okay, he can go with his back to the basket. He does have very good footwork. He is like physically strong. And so sometimes he's just able to create separation. Yeah. And I don't think AJ necessarily has that. Not that it's a bad thing. It's not at all. And Cam, to a certain extent, like Cam's just skinnier, or not Cam, Caleb Wilson. He's just skinnier. But he does kind of sometimes play with that aggression, at least from the games that I've seen from him. But like, I think Cam is a little bit more crafty with his footwork and how he's trying to get points around there. Like he's still going to get, fouls drawn on him just because of how physically big he is. And like, that might be just like, some teams are just going to jump on him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't think that's going to be the same for AJ, who wants to get to that left hand. He wants to get to the rim. The shot's kind of hit and miss, but I mean, he's been efficient lately, so I can't really knock him that much, even though I think a lot of that has come around the rim in the short two area. But yeah.
But my main thing is I was surprised by it. I mean, I can understand it a little bit. AJ is very physical. He's an athletic freak, always getting to the rim, always going left. And I just found that very interesting that he has the highest fouls drawn. You can read that entire article on SI on their website. So Sports Illustrated's website on SI under the Milwaukee Bucks. I cover three teams that are lottery bound: the Milwaukee Bucks, the Indiana Pacers, and the Memphis Grizzlies. They all three currently are trending to be in the lottery. The Miami Heat may join them soon. And so a lot of these articles, you're going to be able to read these player profiles all year long. Eventually we'll get into, top 10 point guards, top 10 shooting guards. We're going to do all that sort of stuff. You can also read Matt Hanifan's work. He covers the professional teams on a game-to-game basis as well. So that's our what's happening around SI segment for today. And we're going to get into some more college basketball. Matt Hanifan has a player he wants to talk about.
Yeah, this isn't a guy that we've talked about yet. Have you watched Keaton Wagler?
I have not, and I've been meaning to. In fact, today, before work, I went to go look for a game of his, and I couldn't find one. So I'm going to have to hit the old YouTube up and see if there's a game on there and watch some of his games. But I have not. I'm intrigued. 6'6", skinny. I heard he's very crafty. I did see his jump shot, and I don't evaluate on highlights, but I did see his jump shot, and I'm like, it goes in, but it's pretty ugly. Tell me what you think about Keaton.
I don't think it's ugly. It's just a low release.
It's kind of ugly, bro. In fact, his hand's like on top of it, and then he kind of like flings it up.
I don't think it's just I think a low release right now, and I think like if you look at the 2-point percentage in his shot, specifically in the mid range area, like I was looking at the numbers before we hopped on, like it's below 30% on
Ooh.
non-rim twos.
Ooh.
And so it's like I think a part of that or a big part of that is attributed to the low release. But I watched at least part of his Missouri game. That game was a blowout. They smoked Missouri by 53 points. Or 43 points.
Tell the people who he plays for real quick.
Plays for Illinois.
Illinois, the Fighting Illini.
Yeah. He was a fringe top 150 recruit who came from Kansas. He was depending on where you look, 3 or 4-star recruit. But he kind of just came out of nowhere in terms of like the freshman class of things. Like he wasn't on anyone's radar heading into the season as a potential 2026 guy. And he's really stepped up, especially over these last 4 games against Tennessee, Ohio State, Nebraska, and Missouri, the middle 2 of those games being conference games. This season, he's averaging 15.7 points, 5.1 rebounds, 3.3 assists. He was outstanding in that Missouri game that I watched. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 of them offensive, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks.
Yeah.
7-11 from the floor, 5 of 6 from 3-point range. I don't know, like just from what I did watch him, like he's not an overly explosive athlete in the sense that like he doesn't have a ton of burst to his game or anything like that, but like
yeah.
And he's not like incredibly shifty, but he's a wiry, strong dude. Like, yeah, he's 6'6", 185. He looks skinny, but like
that is skinny.
I really do think like he's just a wiry, strong player. Obviously, he's gonna have to get stronger. I thought the defense was okay. But the thing, like, I don't think his assist numbers do him incredible justice in the sense that like he was reacting really well. Like Missouri was kind of trapping him.
Right.
And blitzing him, and like they were throwing a couple of different coverages at him, and like he was always good to react with that. Like his processing was there. He was making the right decisions, making the right reads, not trying to force anything. Like he was playing within the flow of the offense, and all the possessions that I saw.
Yeah.
Again, like the defense was okay. Like it wasn't anything like groundbreaking, great, or terrible. Obviously, the 2 steals and 2 blocks were nice, but just from like an overall viewpoint, But I like his game. Like he's shooting 43.3% from 3 on the season, 5 attempts per game. I think like he made some threes that from like, 28, 29, 30 feet. Like he's got legit range.
Right.
Again, it's just the low release. Like that's really my only like big knock on it, if that's even a knock.
It's a pretty big knock.
83% from the free throw line, 5.5 attempts. Dude, he's awesome on the offensive glass.
Dirty Dancer says a lot of mouths to feed on that team. He's taking advantage of being low on the scouting report. What do you
Sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think Boswell's probably the one guy, maybe Stojakovic too, Peja's kid. I think those 2 are the guys, the at least the top 2 guys competing for shots. And then obviously there's Tomislav Visic, who, I mean, he's more of like I want to say complimentary piece, but like he's just kind of there, and like he'll get fed off like the